evening. I welcome you into mathematics, and at this point in time we're discussing on what is termed as evaluate mathematics. And if you remember perfectly well, the first topic I did with you was based on what is termed as the basics of mathematics. To build up on the basics of mathematics, I dealt with what is termed as factorizing in the previous lesson. So today we're taking a step ahead and we're discussing on what is termed as evaluation. So this is how questions in the exam come based on what is termed as evaluation. So if you look at the first problem that we have 8 to the power 2 over 3. Now there's something you need to understand here. This 8 represents a base, this 2 represents a power, 3 represents a root. So to work out this problem, you're going to break it down like this, right? To say, okay, square root. So the base there is 8, and then the root is 3, and then the power is 2. Then you ask yourself, what is it that is a cube root of 8? If you remember, in the previous lesson, we said the cube root of 1 is 1. The cube root of 8 is 2. Cube root of 27, 3. Cube root of 64, 4. Cube root of 125, 5. In this case, you're dealing with 8. So the cube root of 8 is a 2, and that will bring in a 2. So 2 squared simply means 2 times 2 to giving us a 4. So at that point in time, you are done. This was in 2016. In 2017, I think they must have repeated this question. If not 2017, probably 2018. They said evaluate. Now, if you remember perfectly well, I said this one there, that's a root, that's a power, that's a base. So to work out that problem precisely, you're going to say, okay, root, that's a 3 there, and then that's a 27 there, and then probably that's a 2 there. The cube root of 27 has already been addressed as a 3. So in this case, it will be 3 squared, which will mean 3 times 3 to giving us what is termed as a 9. And then these two questions here, these are even simpler because they're based on what is termed as the laws of indices. Now, according to the laws of indices, a number to the power 0, regardless of its sign, it will always give you a 1. A number to the power 0, you get a 1. A number to the power 1, you get the number itself. If a toy 2, for example, is powered by 2, it means you're going to multiply 2 by 2. So here's the thing, look at this one. They are saying that x to the power 0 times 2 to the power 3. So x to the power 0 simply means 1 times 2 to the power 3. To you, a mathematician, every time you see 2 to the power 3, understand that there is 8. If you see 2 to the power 2, understand that there's a 4. If you see 2 to the power 1, understand that that's a 1. 2 to the power 0, that's a 1. So in this respect, 2 to the power 3 will give us 8. 8 times 8 will get what? 8. There's also another one here, which is negative 1 to the power 0. It's the same thing. Negative 1 to the power 0 will give us a 1. 2 to the power 3 will give us 8. So even at that point, still your answer is going to be 8. So that's how you work out what is termed as evaluate. But I want you to understand that they come in different forms. So let's just take these as our first step to what is termed as evaluate problems. But I will emphasize that it's a must. You need to remember to say cubic numbers are in positive and negative form. Remember I said the cube root of 1 is 1. Therefore, the cube root of negative 1 will give you negative 1. The cube root of negative 8 will give you negative 2, negative 27, negative 3, negative 64 will give you negative 4. Negative 125 will give you a 5. Mostly the syllabi ends at that particular point in time. So please make sure that as you try to understand this, make sure that you understand the basics of mathematics that we did. Then you'll find this part to be easy. Thank you. I'll be presenting again on evaluate part B. Thank you.